Welcome back to See Today Business. The Indonesian Composite Index JCI fell to its lowest level in 5 months last Friday amid uncertain conditions that still remain. The IDX fell by 1.67% to 7,036 last Friday, the 26th of April, marking its lowest level since November the 24th, 2023. This came amid a string of U.S. economic data releases such as the PCE Prices Index, which showed still high inflation in the first quarter, potentially delaying the Fed rate cuts. Meanwhile, in the first session earlier today, the IDX was up by 0.87%. Investors are also bracing for many high-impact news this week, especially the Fed's FOMC meeting concluding on Wednesday, where markets are widely expecting the Fed to hold their rates amid sticky inflation. The Indonesian Central Bureau of Statistics is also set to release inflation data for April this coming Wednesday, which is expected to remain high due to Eid al-Fitr. Gojek Tokopedia is also set to release their first quarter earnings report later today. And of course, to discuss further into last week's IDX performance, a recap and take a deeper look at which direction it could potentially take us this week. In an attempt to rebound today, joining me today is the Senior Investment Information at the Mira Asset Securitas Indonesia, Muhammad Nafan Aji. Thank you so much for coming to our studio.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Alin, for inviting me.
Of course, and let's talk about this. The Fed's hawkish sentiment towards the first May of Fed funds rate decision has lifted the US dollar, leading pressures on the rupiah and the JCI. Can you elaborate more on this, especially we're looking forward for the Fed's decisions this week?
Okay, well, this week I believe that the Fed will maintain its hawkish bias, and also it is predicted to maintain its high rate at 5.5%. Well, so that it gives pressure into the rupiah and also the GCI. We see that the rupiah,
the red line here,
yes, the red line here, yeah, based on the year to date, is positive 4.79, yeah, in USD IDR, okay.
And also we saw like increasing trend in the dollar index.
Yes, because due to the fact that the hawkish sentiment from the Fed leads to the uptrend in the DXY, yeah, which is around at 106, yeah, plus 3.81% of growth, yeah, and we see that the composite index is falling. Year to date is minus at 3.93.
Some market participants, of course, worry that the Jakarta Composite Index will be pressured below the level of 7,000. Where do you see the directions of the Jakarta Composite Index? Maybe later we can discuss this. Okay, but first, let us discuss about the headline inflation of Indonesia that is projected to rise near the upper boundary of the Bank Indonesia's inflation target.
Okay. While waiting for the release of our inflation in the beginning of May, we see that based on its trajectory that the inflation, our inflation will be projected around 3.4%, a little bit
almost hit the
upper boundary of the BI, Bank Indonesia main target inflation, maximum target inflation around 3.5. Well, due to the fact that the consumer spending increase during the month of Ramadan and also the Eid al-Fitr season. And besides, we also see the supply distraction due to the fact that El Nino happened.
Yes.
At the time, okay. So we see that the CPI projection will be higher than the last release, which is around 3.05%.
So inflation is projected to be almost hitting the upper boundary of the Bank Indonesia's
Yeah,
projection.
good. Okay.
And let's talk about Indonesia's manufacturing PMI. You mentioned that it will potentially prolong the expansion compared to others, and also the Finance Minister Sri Mulyani is very optimistic of Indonesia's economic growth in the first quarter of 2025. Can we discuss more about this economic data that's just been released?
Okay. Well, due to the fact that our strong domestic fundamentals, which leads to the series of factory orders and also production, and also unemployment rate remain lower and stable. We see that the Indonesia manufacturing PMI is potentially expanding. So when that happens, it will be the 32nd times in a row. Okay.
32nd in a row of expansion.
And interestingly, that we are the only one, the only nation to expand. Besides the advanced economies, we see that they are contracting. Okay, due to the fact that their economy is not as strong as ours.
Okay.
So that we are confident that this one it also bring a positive sentiment to our GCI today.
Positive sentiment to the JCI today. You bring us this technical analyst projection.
Yes, indeed.
You mentioned that Jakarta Composite Index is attempting a rebound, and we have seen that today. Maybe you can explain us more. As I mentioned before, like some market participants, like they're worried whether Jakarta Composite Index may plunge below 7,000 level. Can you explain more about the chart that you brought us today?
Okay.
Disclaimer on.
As long as the index is ranging above the lower boundary of the falling wedge pattern, which is in this level, this one, okay. Well, it is likely that the GCI will perform a technical rebound here, okay. So that based on the resistance, it could go at 70.90 and 71.30, well above that level. If breakout occurs, if breakout occurs, perhaps that we will see that the index could go at the trajectory of the MI16, which is above 7,200.
Okay.
It could be.
So right now we can see that the Jakarta Composite Index is moving on within this channel, right?
Yeah. Well, especially if Sri Mulyani's prediction is true, because I believe I remember last in the fourth quarter the economy is around 5%, only 5%, but in 5.17%, I believe. Well, it's very optimistic, but I believe it is also likely due to the fact that we were in the middle of the Ramadan season, which happened when the consumer sectors or domestic consumption is growing at that time.
Okay, so give us your suggestions for market participants this week. What can they do? What strategy they need to do amid this?
Well, based on this benchmark, this relative rotation graph, we see that the IDX sectors which are improving are non-cyclicals, non-cyclicals.
Non-cyclicals.
Consumer goods,
Yes.
and then we see industrials,
Industrial.
the fact that we are expanding based on the PMI manufacturing. Healthcare is also improving, basic and energy.
Basic and energy is leading.
Yeah.
So these are that we can pay attention to: IDX health, and then non-cyclical or consumer stocks, industrial, indeed. IDX basic, and also IDX energy that is leading right now, and this one are improving. So disclaimer on. And you brought us two charts of the stocks belongs to the energy sector. Maybe we can discuss this.
Okay. Well, we see that this is the Accra stocks. Okay. Accra stocks has retested the lower boundary of the disjoint angle, which is like this one. Okay, so as long as sentiment positive occurs here, because we see that the oil price could potentially hike as long as geopolitical tensions remains. Okay, so that the first resistance as a target price, I use the dynamic resistance at MA 16, moving average 16 around 1700. Yeah, this one. Next one is around 1760. Okay.
Okay.
And then in long term, yeah, it will go up around 1970.
Okay, disclaimer on, and for the support level is 1,525. This is for Accra. And then let's discuss another,
Pegas.
sorry,
Okay.
I think I have, may pick the wrong.
Well, we saw that the Pegas, the chart of Pegas.
Okay. Oh, okay. This one. Sorry for the technical hiccup.
Okay. It's
Okay.
fine.
This is very sensitive, just like our market nowadays. So, perusahaan gas negara. What can you tell us about this?
Now, this one, Pegas, has retested the harmonic support line, which is this one. It's also around the Fibonacci retracement around 100%. Although it is not oversold, yeah, but as based on this price action, it is also interesting, yeah, to trading buy because a potential rebound could happen. So that Pegas could bounce back around the resistance, which is at 1310, 1330, and 1360. Yeah. Okay, based on the Fibonacci calculation.
Okay. So these are the resistance that will be tested by Pegas.
Pegas, yeah.
And also, please be mindful of the support resistance, 1,275 and 1,240. Disclaimer on. And I think there are a lot of opportunities at this moment.
Yes.
So what are your suggestions or your advice for the market participants so they can take this opportunity? Very short.
Well, fundamental is very important, right? So when we see that we forecast that the company has good prospect, okay, then we could accumulate the stocks. Okay.
Okay, fundamental is everything. If we see that the company is still showing good results or good earnings, we can start taking opportunity. Okay, thank you very much, Muhammad Nafan Aji from Mira Asset Sekuritas Indonesia for joining us.
Thank you, Ms. Ali.
Today. And now we're going for a break. When we'll return, we will bring you more business and economic updates that you don't want to miss. So stay tuned.